flow. You can sing a song of sixpence with a pocket full of dough on Card Shark. And here's the host of Card Shark, Jim Perry.
Hey, Dan. Thank you very much. And welcome to Card Shark. Good to have you here. And we'd like to thank Ethel Allred of Carrollton, Virginia, for sending in that opening poem. Thank you. Edith, I beg your pardon. Edith Allred. And now let's get to the cards. Janice and Lois, if you will, start loading in the cards. And you can see we have a game in progress with these Card Sharks. Louis Gutman, our champion. Hi, Louis. Good to see you again. And won't you again remind us about yourself?
Well, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. And now I've been living in California the past 3 years, a retired letter carrier from Brooklyn. And with combined service of 15 years active duty and 17 years reserve time, I was able to serve in every branch of the service and retire from that as a warrant officer, chief warrant officer. And I still had time to be a special...
You ran out of breath for a moment there, Louis. I saw you.
A special policeman and a volunteer fireman. Now that I really have time, I take care of my old coin collection and my old and obsolete fire and law badge collection and do volunteer work at the VA hospital.
You're a busy man. That's it. My spies told me, now we talked on our last show about the dogs didn't bite you, they followed you down the street because they liked you, but my spies also told me that on your route you used to get stopped and people invited you in, right?
Oh yeah, especially on rainy days. They didn't want to let me deliver mail. And I even had a few people ask me, are you working tomorrow, Lou? I'd say no. They said, then don't deliver the mail. Don't have the mail delivered, wait till you come back. And I'd get coffee. And especially around the holidays, plenty of stuff. I really had a good route with nice, lovable people.
That's nice. Well, there's a lot of people back in Brooklyn right now who are looking and say, I remember him, and they're rooting for you, Lou. Nice to have you back here again, our champion. Our challenger, Jamais Hester. Hi, Jamais.
How are you?
I'm fine. Won't you again tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, I'm Jamais Hester. I live in West Covina, originally from San Antonio, Texas. I just celebrated my first-year anniversary not too long ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now, Jamais, that's a very unusual name. It's a very pretty name. Where's it come from?
It's French. It's spelled like j'aime, which is I love, but with an accent on the E, which makes it, instead of j'aime, jamais.
It's a very nice name. And you're a nice lady. We wish you both well. Now, you both cut the cards before we went on the air, yes?
Right.
All right, we will pick up where we left off. We play the best 2 games out of 3, and as we left off, Louis won game number 1, and we're playing game number 2, and boy, you can see the position we're in. Both players have moved over. Louis now with a jack as his base card. He needs 1 card. Jamais with a 7. She needs 1 card, and as we left off, we are at sudden death. Right away, someone has to win with this play of the cards. As we left off, too, the question goes to you, Louis. Louis, we asked 100 mothers, have you ever caught yourself scolding your child and realized, good grief, I sound just like my mother? How many mothers said they've realized they sound just like their mother?
Oh, well, married women do like to compare themselves to their mothers. In fact, some of them are very much attached to their mothers, so I imagine that would be a little bit on the high side. I'd say about 57.
57 out of 100 suddenly realized I sound just like my mother. Higher or lower, Jamais?
Well, I think that's going to be a little bit higher. I find myself saying things like my mother now.
Well, if it's higher, you'll get control of the board. If not, it'll be Louis. And the actual number of mothers who have realized they sound just like their mother is 73. Jamais is right. It is higher. Now, Jamais, it is sudden death. You have a 7. You need 1 card. Louis has a jack. He needs 1 card. You have control. You can play it or pass it.
I'm going to play it, and I'm going to change that card.
And this is a very big change for Jamais. Winning the question, she has the right to change it. The 7 becomes an ace.
Lower,
If this is lower, Jamais ties up the match. If not, Louis wins it, and it's lower. Jamais ties it up. So, with a great change, Jamais ties it up, and now each player has 1 game and $100. We will set up for the tiebreaker with just 3 cards up there and 3 questions here. This will decide who gets a crack at the money cards. Jamais, we asked 100 people. If your state could eliminate its income tax by legalizing and taxing prostitution, would you be in favor of it? How many people said they would be in favor of legalizing and taxing prostitution?
Well, it's legalized in some places in Europe, and, you know, cuts out like street crime, like rapes and that sort of thing. So I think I'd vote for it. So I think it's going to be pretty high. I'll say about 78.
78 out of 100 would favor a law legalizing prostitution for tax purposes.
Well, Americans have different standards, and I don't think they care for prostitution. That is, the females anyway wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want their husbands going out there. So I think it's going to be a lot lower.
You
a
say
little lower
lower
anyway.
The actual number of people who'd be in favor of legalizing and taxing prostitution is 58. It is lower. Lewis, you get control. More than half, though. Lewis starts the tiebreaker with a 6.
No, change that. Change that.
You
change
must
it.
play this one a 3.
Good. I'm going to go higher on
Higher than a 3. An 8.
an 8. These the odds are in favor of low cards. I'm going to go lower.
He's going to take a risk if this is lower. Lewis wins the match. It is with a 7. He took a chance and it paid off. And Jamais, a great match. You won $100 and some nice party gifts. Thank you for being here, and congratulations on the anniversary. Jamais Hester. Lewis, come on down here. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jim.
Well, our champion had some bad luck with the money cards on our last show. I know he's going to do better this time. We got the fingers crossed. You watch this, then we'll get to the money cards. I hope so. This time. Back with our champion, Louis Gutman, who added another $200 for winning the match. You cut the money cards?
Sure did.
Now, did your lovely wife, Jeanette, come back to root for you on this show?
She's right there. She's always loyal.
Always loyal. There she is. All right, Jeanette, cross the fingers. Come on, Louis. Let's get to the money cards. Hop on up. Yeah, we've all got the fingers crossed for you, Louis. You're a nice gentleman. As we give you $200 of new money, on the bottom line, we'll give you 3 cards to bet as you will. When you move up to the second level, we'll add another $200 of betting money. 3 more cards. Minimum bets, remember, are $50 till you get to the top card. The big bet, there you must risk at least half the money. Good luck, Louis.
Thank you.
And here's $200. And remember, you can change your base card on each of the 3 levels if you need to. Louis, you're starting with $200 and a 7.
No, change that one.
You can change it, but you must play this one. Come on, let's see a better one. A 10. Well, that's a little
Not
better.
much better, but I'll go $50 lower.
$50 that this card is lower than that 10. It is very much
Okay.
lower.
200 higher.
$200 higher than a 3. No, another 3. All right, come on. We still have 5 cards to go.
I got the 50. It's going to go higher.
$50 higher than the 3. This time it is. All right. $100. We move up the queen. Give you the other $200. You've got $300 and a queen.
Okay, I'm going to go all of it lower.
All of it. $300. All or nothing. I hope you're right, Louis. Come on, lower. Yes, with a 7.
$100 higher. 100 higher.
$100 higher than the 7. No. Down to $500.
$50 lower.
50. A little against the odds. You got a feeling lower than the 6.
Yes.
Oh, let's see if he's right. $50 lower? No. But a good card as we move it up. You want to play that for the big bet, Louis?
Yeah, I'm going to go do the same as before. All of it lower.
All or
All
nothing
of
on a
it
queen. Well,
lower.
there are no kings or aces out, Louis. I hope
But
your
there were
feelings
no
are right.
deuces and 4s out either.
All right, let's see a deuce. Let's try to double that $450. Come on. For $900. Do it. Lower. It is. That-a-way, Louis. That-a-way to go. Nice gutsy bet there at the top to get some money out of that. Good. Well, another $900. That's $1,100 for the game, and that's not too bad. And with a fine champion, we'll meet a new challenger right after this commercial break. You proud of him, Jeanette? Atta girl. All right, Louis. Janice is dealing out 2 new brand new decks of cards. Here comes a new challenger on Card Sharks. Enter Connie Enter. Hi, Connie. Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, thank you.
Connie, won't you tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, my name's Connie Inner. I'm a wife and a mother. I'm in real estate. And also, the biggest thrill of my life is when my neighbor called me up too late and I delivered her baby.
She called you too late. So
Obviously.
Oh, you were supposed to drive her or something?
Supposedly.
And you wound up doing everything, huh?
You bet.
Well, she helped.
Yeah,
but
a little, yeah.
Did you do good? Baby okay? No?
The baby came out fine. I was a basket case.
That's terrific.
Yeah,
It was
baby's great.
nice you were there to help. Connie, you
Yes.
cut your cards?
Yes, sir.
Then good luck. We'll start the
Okay.
match with a question to the champion. Louis, our man on the street went to Japan, where he asked 100 married women, when your husband enters the room, do you bow? How many Japanese women do bow to their husbands?
Before World War II, that was a custom where I could almost say 100 did. But being today, a lot of them are so adapted our ways, American ways, I would say they'll be cut down to about a little over 50. I'll say about 55.
55 out of 100 Japanese married women bow.
All right. Things have changed in Japan. It's a progressive industrial city now. I think it's lower.
Even lower than that?
Yeah, I do.
The actual number of Japanese women who bow to their husband is 2. That's all, just 2. Connie. And the challenger starts the match with a 4.
Woo! Good one, I'll go higher.
Higher than the 4. An ace.
Woo! Low.
Lower than an ace, a 10.
Freeze.
She'll freeze.
I go freeze.
Moving over the freeze bar, protecting that position. Connie, the question to you.
Okay.
Connie, we found 100 teenage boys who have a steady girlfriend, and we asked them, for $50, would you let your girlfriend go to a drive-in movie with another guy?
Ooh.
How many teenage boys said for $50 they'd let her go with another guy?
Woo! I'm going to say that a lot of guys are money hungry, so therefore I would say 65 are going to let them go and take the $50.
65 said, as Connie says, we'll take the $50.
No, I don't think so. I think at that age, and it's probably their first girlfriend, they're kind of jealous, and they want to hold on to her, even though it is puppy love. I'm going to say it's got to be lower.
Lower than that. The actual number of teenage boys who would let their girlfriend go to a drive-in with another guy is 25, very much lower. Lewis. And Lewis starts the match with a queen.
Good, I'll take that. Lower.
Lower than a queen, a 7.
I'll freeze on that.
Now with Connie leading by 1 card, the question goes to you, Lewis. Lewis, we asked 100 people in Omaha, Nebraska. Do you think most people are basically good or evil? How many people in Nebraska said people are basically good?
Well, in Nebraska, they're close-knit, and even a big city like Omaha, which is about the biggest beside Lincoln, Nebraska, I think most of them would say people are good, and it'd be something like about 61 people would say that.
61 out of 100 say people are basically good, Connie.
I'm going to have to say that the number is higher because Nebraska, Omaha, good people. Higher.
Good people?
Yep.
Higher.
You
People
bet.
are good. The actual number of people in Nebraska who said people are basically good is 91. Very much higher. Connie, 91. You've got a 10.
Change it.
Winning the question, she can change it. A 2.
Woo! Higher.
Higher than a 2. A 6.
Woo! Freeze.
Connie needs 1 card for the first game of the match, and we're going to have sudden death coming up right after we take time out for this. Getting ready for sudden death in game number 1. Lewis with a 7 now, needing 3 cards. Connie with a 6. She needs 1 card. Someone has to win it right here. And as we left off, the question goes to you, Connie. Connie, we asked 100 people. Should the United States government spend less money on foreign aid and more money on problems right here at home? How many people said it should spend less money on foreign aid?
Whew, with inflation, all the problems we're having here right now, gasoline and energy, I would say a high number want the money to come right here where the problems are. I'll say 75.
75 out of 100 say we should spend less money on foreign aid, Lewis.
Oh. Geez, I have to agree with her. People don't want money to go out of this country, and I know they don't. So I'm going to say it's even going to be a little higher.
Even higher than that. Well, a lot of agreement from the audience. The actual number of people who said the United States government should spend less money on foreign aid is 88. Very much lower. Higher, I beg your pardon. Lewis. Now, Lewis, you're faced with an interesting quandary because it's sudden death. You have a 7. You need 3 cards. Connie needs only 1 with a 6. You've got control. Play it or pass it?
Geez, I don't know. It's going to be a hard one to decide on. I could change that card.
If you decide to play it, you can change it. If you force Connie to play it, she didn't win the question. She can't change it.
Oh, I'm going to change it and go ahead.
You're going to try to do it yourself?
Yeah.
Then this is a big change for Lewis because he needs all 3 cards. The 7 to an 8, right up the middle.
I'll have to go lower.
He says lower. It is a 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. A jack.
Lower.
Lower than the jack. It is a 7. Lewis wins it. Turning over 3 cards. It is game 1 to the champion. Wow. Kind of a gutsy move on the part of the champion, and it paid off. And Janice will deal out the same 2 decks of cards with the next cards off the top of the deck. Lewis, the question to you in game 2. We asked 100 marriage counselors. Who has a more difficult time finding new companionship after a divorce? A man or a woman? How many marriage counselors said a woman has a more difficult time finding new companionship?
Well, before World War II, it was a different story. The woman would be able to find more companionship. But the way things goes today, I think if
How many women say it's more difficult for a woman finding new companionship?
Only, I think a lot of them would say it's more difficult for a woman now. I think it would be something like 63 would say it's more difficult for a woman.
63 out of 100. More difficult.
Well, the women usually have the children if there are any, and it's difficult to arrange babysitting and all. I'm going to say it might be even a little higher.
Even higher than that?
Yeah.
The actual number of marriage counselors who said a woman has a more difficult time finding new companionship is 87. Very much higher. Connie. Connie starts game 2 with a 7.
Change it. No,
Changing the 7 to a 3.
Woo! Higher.
Higher than a 3. An 8.
Three.
That middle card, Connie will take that one card advantage.
Yeah,
Connie, question 2 to you.
Okay.
Connie, we found 100 men who wear a toupee.
Oh.
And we asked them, have you ever walked down the street and heard someone whisper, he's wearing a wig? How many men who wear a toupee said, yeah, that's happened to them?
Personally, I haven't seen a real good one yet, and I'm going to say about 65.
65 out of 100 have heard the immortal words, he's wearing a wig.
You mean how many men heard him say?
Yes, how many men wearing a toupee overheard someone say
Well, I
that?
don't think that'd be too high. I'd say lower than 60.
Lower, you think they're better than that?
Sure.
The actual number of men who've heard someone whisper he's wearing a wig is 24. Lewis is right. It is lower. And Lewis's base card is a king.
Good, keep it lower.
Lower than a king, a 4.
Good, higher.
Higher than a 4, an 8.
Out 3.
Now it's Lewis with the 1-card advantage. And question 3 to the champion. Lewis, we asked 100 Las Vegas showgirls, is it a sin for a married man to make love to a woman who is not his wife? How many showgirls said yes, it is a sin?
Well, people look at showgirls the wrong way, but you'll be surprised how many are married. Showgirls just to make money, and there's really nothing wrong with them, and I think it's going to be pretty high for the Las Vegas showgirls. I think I'll go with the same amount, about 65.
65 out of 100 say yes, it is a sin.
I think that a lot of showgirls just do it to earn some money. It doesn't have any bearing on their reputation. I'm going to say it's lower.
You say lower. Well, the question was how many showgirls said yes, it is a sin for a married man to make love to a woman not his wife?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I think it might be a little higher.
I thought we might be misinterpreting,
you're right,
and we never want to misinterpret your answer. You say higher.
Yes.
The actual number of showgirls who said it is a sin for a married man to make love to another woman is 56. It is not higher. Wow, 56. Lewis with an 8.
Hard. Change it.
Now he can change it. A 10, a little better.
Oh, boy, it's not that much better, but I'll go lower.
Lower than a 10, it is a 5.
I have to risk it higher.
If it's higher, Lewis goes for the money cards. It is with a 7. Lewis wins it. Connie, thank you so much for joining us. Connie answers. Thank you, Connie. Lewis, come on down here with me, and we'll be right back with the champion after this. Well, we're running out of time, so we dealt out the money cards in front of our studio audience. Jeanette is out there with the fingers crossed for you, Lewis. Here we go. $200. And remember, Lois, that you can change that base card if you need to. And with $200, thank you, Lois. Lewis will start with a 9.
Change that one. Change it.
Got to play this one. I hope it's a good change. Yes, a little better.
Yeah, I'll go all of it lower.
All of it on a jack.
Yeah,
taking
okay,
a
I'd go
big chance. I hope he's right. Lower. It is with a 10.
Oh, 100. 100 still lower.
$100 lower than a 10. It is a 4.
200 higher.
$200 higher than the 4. Yes, right again. And we'll move up to 6. Give me the other $200.
No, we don't want that. Change it.
You have 900, and he wants to change the 6. Oh, another 6.
Oh, 100 higher.
$100 higher than a 6. Oh, no, a 4. Better card, but $800.
Okay, now we'll go half of it higher.
$400.
Higher.
Let's see a big one. Higher than that 4.
Okay, we'll still go 300 higher.
Holding back a little on the 2. $300 higher than a 2. Yes, with a 6.
Okay.
$700. We move up to 6.
That's 6.
Lewis, come on. Let's see a good one for this nice man. A 9.
9.
Lewis, you must bet at least $350. You have $700 and a 9. What's your big bet?
Gee, I have to go half of it lower.
$350. Let's do it. Let's get over that 4-figure mark. Lower than a 9. Is he right? He is. For another $1,050. Out of the way, Lewis. Go on down here. Well, you're inching along, but doing very nicely, and I'm happy to say your winnings now are up to $2,550, Louis.
Yeah, that's very good.
And I know a retired mailman can use it. You're a nice man.
Thank you.
I would have liked to have been on your route.
Oh, well, most of my people did treat me very good. But no matter how many good people have on the mail route, there's always a few grouches. like one. He says, how come
I don't think you can tell us about him in 4 seconds. So in the next show, tell us about the grouch. Bye-bye.
A representative of the studio audience will receive American Electric's kitchen appliances, including the work-saving American food processor. It cuts, shreds, chops, pares, slices, blends, grinds, and grates. It can turn a cook into a chef, furnished by American Electric Corporation. And some of our contestants will receive Rough It, the dynamic sculpture coat. It's pre-mixed and pre-colored. Now you can create deep dramatic textures like a professional with Rough It by Z-Brick. And a True Test waffle maker and grill from True Value Hardware stores, who combine value and personal service in over 5,000 locations nationwide. And the digital alarm clock and Thummies Webster's Dictionary. Get it where school supplies are sold. Carry it back to school in your pocket. Thummies, an American bestseller. And the tote bag and lip quencher by Chapstick. The lipstick drenched with moisturizers so your lips feel as good as they look. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Shark. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Higher than that?